We're going dirt track racing in the Pennzoil Truck Series. We head to Eldora for our Goodyear Mudbash. Before we can get into the full race, there are 4 heats of 9, 10 laps apiece, 40 laps overall. The top 6 in each heat move on to the main event, which leaves 12 drivers fighting for 6 spots in the last chance qualifier. 6 drivers will go home without a shot to race in the Goodyear Mudbash. And we start out with heat number 1 with Colton Yo on pole in the 10, Cole Luigi in the 24, 2 is outside. They have JJ Reed, Steve Morgan, Alan Bowman, Jeff Bright, Trey Rainey, Mathis Wells, and Jack Canorama as your 9 truck heat number 1 here at Eldora. Let's get the trucks rolling here to start heat number 1. Gonna be a fun heat here. We'll see who can advance through this and have a shot to race in the Goodyear Mudbash. This could be very big for some drivers' chase chances. If they miss this race, their chase could be over. Let's see how heat 1 goes. We're racing at Eldora. Up the track goes the 10, the 8 to the inside. Back in the transfer spot is the 12 of Steve Morgan. As you want to get down to the bottom lane fast here at Eldora. The inside, the preferred place to be. Here comes Trey Rainey past Eldora winner. And then number 18 truck, he gets a little tight. He gets a bump maybe from Jack Cameron on the 50. They're 3 wide as Cole Luigi in the 24 up the track. He may have gotten to the outside wall. He comes down. And now he holds the transfer spot. But he's trying to give it to Trey Rainey now. Jeff Bryant, the 68, trying to get up there. As Colton Yo on the 10 fades, JJ Reed leads Alan Bowman second. Yo back to third. Cameron fourth, but Cole Luigi gives him a bump at the track. Luigi will go to fourth. And Jeff Bright going for a fifth on Cameron, who starts to fade back here. Trey Rainey, the 18, could look to the inside of that 50. Meanwhile, out, Mathis Wells and Steve Morgan have fallen off from the pack. And currently now the 3 out. Jack Cameron, Mathis Wells, and Steve Morgan. Jeff Bright to the inside of Cole Luigi for fourth. Up front, Alan Bowman has taken it from JJ Reed. All right, the race for the lead, not much of a focus at this point in time. Going to be focusing on the race to advance. Currently, Cole Luigi holds the final spot in 6th. As he and Trey Rainey have been battling. Luigi up the track. Here comes Mathis Wells to 7th, trying to get up there to that 24 truck. Meanwhile, JJ Reed starts to fade back. Jeff Bright just grabs 2nd. Reed back to 3rd. Yo to 3rd. Trey Rainey for 4th. Back there for the transfer spot. Wells gets by. Cole Luigi are trying to as they come down the back. And Mathis Wells takes the transfer spot. Wells to 6th. JJ Reed back to 5th. He was leading the races a few laps ago. 4 to go. Luigi drives to the bottom lane in front of Steve Morgan. Trying to grab 6th back. Side by side with Wells down the backstretch. He's going to grab 6th. He's looking on Reed to try and get to 5th and give the 8 truck the transfer spot. 3 laps left. The 24 tight. Here comes Steve Morgan to the inside for 6th. Up front, no contest. Bowen, Colton Yo run away. 1-2. The battles for 3rd. Trey Rainey, Jeff Bright. And now the battle for 6th. Steve Morgan, Cole Luigi, Mathis Wells, Jack Cameron to battle it out. The 12 grabs 6th. But Jeff Bright just got into the wall up ahead. Bright back to 5th. Now back to 6th. As Morgan drives to the inside and will get by. Now Jeff Bright holds the final spot. Here comes Mathis Wells. Bright trying to get down line. Wells to the inside. He'll grab the 6th position away. We're coming to the white flag in heat number 1. Wells has the final spot. To the inside of Steve Morgan he drives. Trying to give the 12 truck the final spot. Meanwhile, Alan Bowman leads. Bowman's going to win the heat. But who advances between Morgan and Canorama? This is for 6th. To the stripe, it's gonna be, I believe Canorama got 6th. He did. Jack Canorama edges Morgan for the final transfer spot. The 6 trucks advancing Alan Bowman, Colton Yo, JJ Reed, Trey Rainey, Mathis Wells, and Jack Canorama. The 3 going through the last chance qualifier, Steve Morgan, Jeff Bright, and Cole Luigi. What an amazing heat number 1 that was. Let's go ahead now and see heat number 2. Here we are for heat number 2 now in the Goodyear Mudbash. On pole for this heat, Michael Ferris in the 23, Danny Lloyd in the 98, 2's outside. They have Sebastian Kukulon, Isaac Nichols, DJ Reed, Myatt McDonald, and then Stephen Baker, Levi Schoens, and Luke Rainey in the final spot for heat number 2. Let's get the trucks rolling now to start heat number 2 of the Goodyear Mudbash. As our 9-truck field rolls off, we saw an amazing heat number 1, and it came down to a photo finish there at the end to advance to the main event. And we already know 3 of the drivers that are going to the last chance qualifier. Let's see which 6 advance to the event this time. Which 3 will be going through the final last chance qualifier. Here we go. Green flag in the air for heat number 2. Alrighty, Isaac Nichols fading back 3 wide. DJ Reed made a big move. Ferris will lead lap 1 of his heat from the pole. Lloyd does get down line second from the second position. Reed is third. Back here battling up through the field are some drivers. Reed now for second in the 33 truck. He has a great run here down the back. Side by side for second. DJ Reed grabs that second position. Third, fourth, fifth. Luke Rainey holds sixth. Levi Schoen's looking to hold sixth. Now he moves to the inside of the 88. He's going to get by. These are 2 drivers that might need to advance into this race because Luke is just inside the top 10. Levi is just outside of the top 10. So these drivers definitely need to get into the event. Right now, Schoen holds the final spot, but look at Luke Rainey struggling off the corner. And here comes the 7 of Matt McDowell looking to his inside. He's going to get down there. Now Levi Schoen's trying to move his teammate Kukulan back a spot. As up front, Michael Ferris lost the race lead to DJ Reed, who gets it. Stephen Baker will grab second. Ferris back to third. Lloyd fourth. Schoen's fifth. Kukulan now holds the final spot in sixth. That's going to be not for long as Mike McDonald moves to the inside for sixth. Luke Rain eighth. There's a wreck up ahead. It's 3 of our contenders, Ferris, Lloyd, and Kukulan. The yellow will come out. We're coming to 5 to go. It's going to be a restart. Restart in heat number 1. 3 contenders have crashed out. They could be the 3 that miss. Reed back in front with 5 to go. It's going to be a late restart here at Eldora. And currently the 6 drivers that get away could be the ones that advance. Ferris was up there. Lloyd and Kukulan. And Kukulan has the most damage in the 32. We'll see how this all happened. Ferris in the 23 had been falling back. Here comes Danny Lloyd in the 98. Up top, just kind of gets into him. And right there, down to the inside goes the 98 of Lloyd, now spinning it, trying to save it, and just comes up and clobbers the 23 of Ferris. Nowhere for the 23 to go up off the ground, and Kukulan comes in and nails the 98 hard. 98 slides into the 23 hard. Those 3 with significant damage. Kukulan with the most. Ferris was up off the ground. Lloyd got hit pretty hard in the passenger side door. This could change how this heat goes. Could these be the 3 drivers that do not advance because of this crash? We have a restart in heat number 2. It's going to be a 1-lap restart. It's a hard hit for all of them right there. All of them took hard hits. Ferris was up off the ground. Lloyd took a hard hit in the passenger side door, and Kukulan just hit that head on. So Reed will be a race leader once you get back going in heat number 2. Word is in, we will not go back green in heat number 2, and DJ Reed will win the heat. Stephen Baker will advance in second, along with Levi Schoen, Mike McDowell, Luke Rainey, and Isaac Nichols. The 3 that will be going through the last chance qualifier: Michael Ferris, Danny Lloyd, Special Kukulan, the 3 involved in the crash. Kukulan took his truck off track to try and get repaired for the last chance qualifier. So DJ Reed will win the heat in advance, along with Baker, Schoen, McDonald, Rainey, and Nichols. A big plot twist into this heat: the 3 trucks that crashed, all the ones that will not advance. So checker flag for DJ Reed. He wins heat number 2. Let's go ahead now and see how heat number 3 goes. Time to get going for heat number 3. And this heat is going to be led by Diego Yepes in the A7. Riders rated up in the 492s outside. They have Landon Lyons and Justin Zeidel, Keith Stevens and Michael Canto, and then Stephen Taylor and Laura Delano, and Steve Larker in the 9th position to start this heat. So there it is, 10-lap heat number 3. Let's get going. See how this heat unfolds. So in heat 1, we had a side-by-side battle for 6th. Heat 2, the 3 trucks that crashed ended up being the ones that were eliminated from advancing into the main event. So we'll see how this goes now. Can Yepes from the pole win his heat, or will he fall back into the clutches of some other trucks and fall back? We're about to find out. 10 laps. Heat number 3 is underway. We know 12 drivers that are going into the main event. Here we come. Green flag, and we're racing in heat 3. Get Zeidel from the top to the bottom. Lyons did not get a great start, and Zeidel from 4th place will get down to the bottom in 3rd. Lyons shuffled back as the 74 moves underneath. Zaydell saw that opening. He had to take it. You don't want to be stuck up top here, especially early on. You might never get a chance to come back. Zaydell gets to second as Yepez gets away with the lead. Stevens going for third as Spiritu falls back. Canto and Delano chase each other to the track. And Lyons has fallen back into 7th. Larker is the 6th position. Here comes Stevens in the 74 on a charge. Spiritu falling back. Could fall back to outside the top 6. Yepez gets away, 8 to go. And Yepez is leading as they are side by side for a second. Stevens will grab it in the 74. Up the track back there. Spiritu trying to stay ahead of the 6 as Landon Lyons moves to 6th on Steve Larker. And the 6 really messed up that corner there. Lyons will grab it. So now the 3 out. Steve Larker, Lord Delano, and Michael Canto are trying to get up here as Lyons trying to move around Riley Spiritu to put the 49 in the 6th and bubble position. Spiritu falls back. Larker looking to the inside, the 6th truck. See all the dust, all the dirt flying up, 6 to go in the heat. Side by side for 6th, and Steve Larker grabs the final transfer spot. Spiritu falls back to 7th, and the 2 and 8th and 9th, the 27 and the 47 have fallen back. Meanwhile, up front, Keith Stevens underneath Yepez as they come off a 4. Slides it sideways. Trying to get down to the bottom, and he does. Keith Stevens trying to win heat number 3 is the 6th position. Really not much battle there. Larker is pulled away. And Spiritu falls back. Delano and Canto have also fallen back. Yepez trying to keep 2nd. Oh, contact back there for 4th. 3 wide. Steven Taylor sent out at the track. Lyons in the middle, and Steve Larker is going to grab that 4th position. And look at Riley Spiritu begin gain here. Steven Taylor 6 on the outside. Spiritu trying to get down to the bottom. He drives off a 4. Gets to the back of that 5 with 3 to go. The 49 back in it. Jumps to the inside of 5. This is for 6th with 3 laps left. Riley Spiritu takes the final transfer spot in 3. For 3rd. Zaydell the track. Larker grabs it. Spiritu in 6th with 2 to go. Zaydell still fading. Meanwhile, Spiritu trying to hold off Taylor. Lord Delano and Michael Canto are going to be the ones going to be 2 of the ones we are thinking are going to be advancing through the last chance qualifier. White flag. Yepez just pounded the wall. Stevens leads. Larker gets to 2nd. Yepez back to 3rd. And Landon Lyons falls to 6th, but Steven Taylor's not close enough. Down the back into 3. It's going to be Stevens winning. Larker 2nd. Yepez and Zaydell for 3rd. Give it to Zaydell. Yepez 4th. Spiritu 5th. Lyons in 6th as he beats out Steven Taylor, Lord Delano, and Michael Canto. Those are the 3 that will be advancing through the last chance qualifier. So Keith Stevens wins heat number 3. Let's go to our final heat, heat number 4. Here we are for the final heat. Heat number 4. The final 6 drivers are going to be advancing through the heats, and then we know the 12 that will be going to the last chance qualifier. Tim Randolph has the pole for heat number 4. Derek Kimmel in the 17.2 is outside. They have James Sadleo, Jonathan Buford, Jake Galloway, Tim Gary, Marcus Sachi, Carson Bowers, and Alex Stewart in the final position for heat number 4. Let's get going. Tim Randolph on the pole. We'll see how this heat will end up. The last 2 have had some pretty interesting characteristics. Heat 1 had that amazing side-by-side battle for the final transfer spot. Heat 2 had that yellow, which ended the heat early. And heat number 3 had an amazing battle for the race lead there at the end. So 10 laps in this heat. Tim Randolph, Derek Hamill on the front row, and we are green in heat number 4. Randolph got a great jump there, got away from the battle for a second. That's what you need to do here. If you're starting up front, you have to keep it up there. Randolph did a great job at that. Stablilo grabbed 2nd, Galloway for 3rd. Marcus Sachi driving through the field in the 92 truck. Trying to get inside that transfer. Galloway for 2nd now in the 21 truck. Hamill falling back from 2nd, back to 5th. Possibly even further back. Could fall outside the top 6. Right now, Tim Gary looking to put that 17 back to 6. And they are 3 wide for the transfer spot. Bowers down low. Jonathan B from the middle backs out. Bowers for 6th. He's going to take it from Derek Hamill. So Carson Bowers to the transfer spot in 6th. Is up there. Balanced side by side. Galloway and James Sableo still side by side for 2nd. Allowing Tim Randolph to try and get away. Marcus Sachi fourth. There's Tim Gary in fifth. He had to check up. Bowers had to check up. Here comes Jonathan Buford. The good running because they checked up in front. Great corner there for Buford, but look it up here for fourth. Tim Gary underneath Marcus Sachi puts the 92 back to fifth. Now Bowers trying to put the 92 back to sixth. That is the transfer spot. That is how you would advance through. Sachi, sixth. Buford for sixth. Bowers moving forward, trying to get out fifth. Buford moving to sixth here in the 0-2. Up front, 3 trucks break away. Fourth place is a battle. Tim Gary with the track. Here comes Bowers to the inside, but gets loose. Look at Buford coming through, trying to get to fifth. To the inside of the 16. He's got to try and put Bowers back into the sixth position. Back there, Hamill moves past Sachi. Jonathan Buford to fifth. Bowers back into the transfer spot, sixth. Derek Hamill, seventh. Sachi, eighth. Ninth place, Alex Stewart is in a world of his own at the back of the field. No battles up front. It's been the same front three. 4 to go, 3.5 to go. Tim Gary back to sixth. Bowers up to fifth. 1 spot safe. Derek Hamill for sixth. Tight. Sachi gaining. Some contact possibly up front with Bowers and Buford. Got a little sideways. Derek Hamill to sixth. He gets by Tim Gary. Marcus Sachi trying to get to sixth in the 92 truck. Up front, these 3 trucks are battling hard. James Stablilo, Jake Galloway, Tim Ralph look like they're going to advance, but 4th and 5th and 6th, now 7th and 8th, all up for grabs late in this race. Marcus Sachi needs this desperately. He wants to get to 6th. He's there on Derek Hamill to the inside of the 17. We're coming to the white flag in heat number 4. Marcus Sachi moves around Derek Hamill, come to the white. Stablilo's in second with a shot for this win at the heat. White flag in heat number 4. It doesn't look like it's going to happen for him, but here we are. For 6th, Sachi, Hamill, Gary. Who's going to get it? Derek Hamill with the lane down low. He's going to get it. Derek Hamill, last second grab, will grab 6th and advance into the main event. It's going to be Sachi, Tim Gary, and Stewart. They're going to have to advance through the last chance qualifier as Tim Randolph wins heat number 4. So there are the heats. Let's now go to the last chance qualifier. This is the final race again to the Goodyear Mudbash. 12 drivers are going to be dwindled down to 6. The top 6 finishers in the last chance qualifier will advance forward to the Goodyear Mudbash. On pole for this 12 truck event, Jeff Brent in the 68, Steve Morgan to his outside. They have Cole Luigi and Sebastian Kukulon, along with Steven Taylor and Marcus Sachi. Then there's Michael Ferris and Alex Stewart, Tim Gary and Danny Lloyd. And then you have Lord Delisle and Michael Canto rounding out the 12 truck field. 20 laps, double the length of the heats. So this should be a lot of fun. These drivers know they have nothing to lose. They can go out here and damage their trucks as much as they want because they have to get forward into the main event if some of them want to have a shot to make the chase for the Pennzoil Truck Series Championship. 20 laps, Jeff Brand on pole, Morgan to his outside, Cole Luigi, Sebastian Kukulon, Steven Taylor, Marcus Sachi start in the top 6 positions, and we're racing in the last chance qualifier. So Morgan there beat the 68 to the start finish line, but the 68 gets it right back as they come off turn number 2 and clears the 12. Now for second, Cole Luigi and Steve Morgan side by side. Look at Ferris, a 3-wide move. He drove it off into the corner, and he's Taylor and Kukulon. 32 up the track. Ferris gets to 4th with that move. Tim Gary falls in through 3 wide. And for the lead, Cole Luigi and Jeff Brent are side by side. Ferris emerges in 3rd. Gary for 4th. Big move out of the 23 and the 44. Lord Delano coming through. As the Lloyd falls off, Luigi grabs the race lead from Jeff Bright. He's going to try and set sail now. Ferris up the track. Gary for 3rd. Here comes Delano 3 wide. Big move out of the 27. No, she wants to advance. And Jeff right back for the race lead, but as they're bound 3 wide behind, it's really allowing those two to pull away. And they can now battle for the race lead for a little bit if they want to. Currently, Ferris holds the transfer spot, but Michael Canto coming to the bottom lane with Marcus Sachi behind him. And this is a big battle right now for 6th. Ferris holds it. Canto wants it. I think Canto's going to get it as they come off turn number 4. Jeff Bright does grab the race lead right back from Cole Luigi as Canto grabs 6th from Ferris. He's going to grab 5th from Tim Gary and pull Marcus Sachi with them into 6th. Sachi now to the transfer spot in 6th. That's big for Marcus Sachi. He's up there in points. I don't think he wants to miss a race before the chase. Because if he misses this race, it could drop him out of the top 10 points. And currently, he is right now scored 5th, going for 4th. And Michael Ferris has grabbed 6th, right back. So Ferris back to 6th. So here comes Laura Delano up top. She might fall back to 6th now. And she does. Laura Delano back to 6th. As Michael Ferris moves to 5th, Marcus Sachi moves to 4th. Alex Stewart's 3rd, Code Luigi 2nd. Jeff Bright still leads this event, but he's up the track. Here comes Code Luigi right to his back bumper. They still have 14 laps left to sort this thing out. Ferris grabs 4th, Sachi back to 5th, Delano 6th. Sachi might fall back to 6th. Michael Canto, Sebastian Cucalon, 7th and 8th. 9th, Steve Morgan. Lloyd is 10th, Taylor 11th, Tim Gary 12th. And up front's a big bow for 6th. As Sebastian Cucalon moves to the inside, Delano just grabbed 5th. And Cucalon will grab 6th. Sachi back to 7th. Canto back to 8th. 9th on back are gaining. So there's your transfer spot right now. It's held by Sebastian Cucalon. Up here for 2nd. Going to get a little more intensified. Alex Stewart's close down to the back of Code Luigi. Will move to the inside. So the 24 up the track. So the 28 will move to 2nd. Back here, Delano now holds 6th. Here comes Sachi in the 92. Into the wall a little bit for the 27. Sachi, 11 to go. Wants to get back to Delano, then set sail up front. Truck up against the wall back there. It's the 12 of Morgan. He drops back, possibly have contention. Back here, this is a big bow for 6. Delano holds it. Sachi's right in the bumper. Taylor's right in the bumper of the 92. And up ahead of the 27, there are some trucks as well. Look at this. Delano drives to the inside. Cucalon trying to get that spot. Trying to grab 5th. Sachi looks 3 wide. This is 5th, 6th, and 7th. One of these drivers is going to come out of this out. Coming to 9 to go. It's going to be Cucalon back to 7th. And now 6th is Delano. But Cucalon drives it back down to the bottom lane. The 32 back to 6th. The 27 back to 7th. Intense racing. But meanwhile, the front few have pulled away. The front 4. Alex Stewart's grabbed the race lead. Jeff Bright 2nd. Michael Ferris 3rd. Code Luigi 4th. And does Luigi fall back to this battle for 5th between Sachi, Cucalon, and now Delano's fallen off in 7th. The front 6 get away, but they're still bound for 5th. Sachi and Cucalon are not getting away from each other. Alex Stewart leads, 7 to go. And the front 4 pulled away. Sachi got into the wall. Cucalon got by to 5th. But can Delano run that 92 down? The guys that are eliminated, the guys that would be out, the 27, the 44, the 12, the 98, the 5, and the 47, they have fallen off greatly to where they're in a 6-truck pack of their own, and the 6 trucks that are advanced, they're in a pack of their own. And Alex Stewart's just in a world of his own. He's coming to 5 to go. He's out front leading. He wants to win this last chance qualifier. Start as high as he can. And back here, no contest for 6th. The Marcus Sachi just has it right now. I believe it might be Sachi advancing into the main event. But there's still 5 laps left, and like we saw in heat number 2, there could be a yellow flag, there could be a crash with 3 drivers that would be in the top 6. Get Jeff Bright trying everything he can. 4 to go. He got into the wall a little bit there. Back there for 3rd, Michael Ferris at the track. Code Luigi looking low. We're coming to 3 to go. It's the battle for the race lead, the battle for 3rd. You got the battle for 5th. And then they got 7th on back trying to run down 6th and hope that they can somehow get up there. Delano trying to catch Sachi and Cucalon. 3 laps left. Oh, wow. For 5th, Sachi drove it on Cucalon, knowing he wants to get out of that 6th position in case anything would happen. He's going to get that done. He's going to move to 5th right here. In 3 and 4, that's come to 2 laps to go. For 3rd, Ferris up the track. Luigi moves to 3rd. And the 24 truck. 2 laps left. Jeff Bright all over Alex Stewart. See the damage to the 68 there, how much he's gotten into the wall, but it's fine. He's still driving it hard. We're coming to the white flag in the last chance qualifier, and they're side by side for the lead. Last lap in the last chance qualifier. Jeff Bright trying to win it from the pole. Alex Stewart got by. Jeff Bright just got right back by. And off of turn number 2, Jeff Bright down the backstretch with a good enough gap. He's going to win the LCQ. Alex Stewart will get 2nd. Cole Luigi 3rd. Ferris 4th. Sachi 5th. Cucalon coming off a 4 will get 6th and beat out Delano and the rest. Cucalon advances. And the 6 trucks that will be going home here tonight. Laura Delano, Danny Lloyd, Stephen Taylor, Steve Morgan, Tim Gary, and Michael Canto. Those are the 6 that will not be competing in the Goodyear Mudbash. As we know the field, the 30 truck field for the Goodyear Mudbash. Can't wait to see you guys then.